the players adjust more quickly. But to Wally's point, today's a pregame for us. We play tomorrow, so we go pretty short, probably 55, 60 minutes. And we want most of it to be upbeat. We want them talking about confidence, to feel good about themselves. So we start every pregame with the same 2 small area games, purple versus gray. And, we do that for about 10 minutes. And there's a winner and a loser, and we like that. The kids get into it. They're competitive. And then from there, we'll get into just some good skill-oriented stuff, touch pucks, some habits still in there, a lot of passing, but a lot of like net drive, stop on the crease. Let's play downhill. Let's finish plays. We'll do maybe, I've learned at our level, it's hard to do more than 2 structural things in a pregame, but like today we're going to do, some different exit work with some neutral zone forecheck, just so that we're all on the same page with that. But beyond that, we start with games, we finish with small area games. We want the energy to be up and them feeling really good heading into the weekend of competition. So that's our overarching goal, while still sneaking in a little bit of kind of structural play so that we're on the same page as we jump into the weekend.
Yeah, in our practices, of course, unfortunately, we have a 90-minute prep. We only get 2 practices a week. And we play a late game tomorrow. We got to travel to Red Deer. And we don't start till 8. So I don't want to have a really hard practice tonight, but it's 90 minutes. So we're going to do a lot of things where there's a lot of rest in between and a lot of game situations. But, but we always do individual skills, because the whole point is they come out a better hockey player than they came here. And, we'll do the Russian big move. And then I invented this zigzag that I think is the best thing there is. Then we'll do a 2-on-0, 3-on-0, back this Carolina drill, and then some 1-on-1s, and then that power play I talked about thing. And then we'll do a Frizzell battling game that's at one end. And then that 2-net game, 4-on-2 on each side.
Mm-hmm.
You pass one side to the other.
Yep.
And then finish off with a shootout race. There's already 2 nets on the goal line, so just have a relay race kind of a thing.
It's awesome. I think where I hear similarities really are just in the intentionality of what we're doing and what we're trying to accomplish. And so, like, how we get there looks different, and it should. But even today, right? Like today we'll play some small area games, but some of the rules we'll put in, like we want to start to use the back of the net a bit more in the offensive zone, switch sides with the puck. We'll throw rules in like that. Even the small area games we start with, right? We're working just on fundamentals of, facing the puck, communication, being shot ready all the time. And I don't know, like, I think I have to be better as a coach to occasionally just let them play 3-on-3 with no rules. But I just feel like within every kind of small area game we do, or any sort of drill that we do, especially on the women's side, it was said before, like they want to know why, they want to know how it transfers over to making them a better player, us a better team. And so we really work hard to try to explain that to them, while still, and again, trying to wrap everything up here, like Dom's point, like we talk all the time, it's in every game plan before the game, is we want the players to play free. And for us, that just means, like, to what we were talking about, free of the noise, free of the fear of failure, free of, disappointing, like, just play free, be confident. We're going to make mistakes. It's absolutely fine. It's how we respond to them. But again, we're working with humans. So words on a paper, transferring that to actual, life and execution, that's the challenge, right? That's the bridge you're trying to cross with every player to get them to that point. They're all different. And so you got to attack each of those conversations differently.
Well, I agree. And I got really satisfaction our last game. We ended up in overtime. And we played some games and some keep away and that where they had to make scissors. Well, we end up in the overtime. We get it in their end, and we made 3 scissors. We kept it in their end for like almost 2 minutes straight, and then finally we scored a goal. But we never used to do scissors at all until we implemented that they had to do a scissors before they could score in a game at 2 pass. So it does transfer. It's nice to see for sure.
Chris, do you play 3-on-3 overtime there?
Yeah, we do. We do. And, I think, again, we all live and learn. I think over the years, we started that probably 4 years ago, and I think I probably overtaught it. And again, I think within our sport, at least with our team, the kids that we recruit here, sometimes too much is too much because they overthink. And so this year we really, we keep it simple. We talk a lot about, we want to know that defending wise, we're player on player in the D zone, and we talk about that, but we keep it simple after that. Like, we don't want to catch pucks standing still. We want a lot of scissor plays, even in the neutral zone, people winding up behind, so they're catching pucks with speed. And then to Tom's point, offensive zone, we want to make the team make decisions. So a lot of scissor plays there. But man, I had a whole bulleted list of offensive zone, D zone, neutral zone. And I think we lost 6 in a row because they were overthinking in overtime. But it's that fine balance of wanting to teach, but also letting them just play and create within some sort of guidelines, but not rigid structure. So yeah, we do play it, and tends to be some Wild West, up and down, a lot of turnovers and so on. So pretty fun though.
Well, Chris, I want to share with you, Darryl Belfry has been a guest on here. I'm sure you're familiar with Darryl, and he talks about the importance of possession. And he would rather we never dumped it in, that we changed on the fly with possession more often than not. And I'm finding that for possession, you got to be able to pass. And at our level, the U13 and 15 levels, passing is a work in progress. They play 1-on-5 hockey growing up, coast to coast. They don't scan and get their eyes up, and so they don't know how to use each other. So what Tom's accomplished with the way he runs practices, they make more passes than anybody, and are doing more sophisticated tactical things at U15 to be scissoring. And every coach is different, but what I advocate at practice on 3-on-3, and you can afford the time, Chris, is you let them play given what you want each other, but they can only change on the fly. And that at U13 and I don't know if anybody's done it at U13 and 15. And I'm not doing it for the 3-on-3 as much as I am possession, awareness, eyes up.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't think we've ever implemented that specific rule.
Yeah.
But the nature of when we practice it, it does tend to be, changes on the fly. There's not a lot of whistles, generally speaking. But to your point, and we haven't done it in a couple of years, but when Pete and I were together, I don't think we did a lot of 5-on-5. I don't know, for whatever reason, I didn't believe in it. But we do a lot more 5-on-5 within practice now. And we would, the first 15 to 20 seconds, whoever won the face-off, it was just keep away. So the goal was not to go down and score. Like, if you could figure out a way to do that, God bless you. But it was about, making sure we're available for pucks. We're working back to pucks. We're handling pucks. And then after 15 seconds, I'd blow the whistle. We'd play live. And I think it really helped us relative to not only 5-on-5, but when we would play 3-on-3, players not only were more comfortable possessing pucks, but having an understanding of how to be available away from the puck, right? Not just leaving the puck carrier on an island to, as you said, Wally, like play 1-on-3 or 1-on-5 and just try to beat players to create an opportunity. So I couldn't agree with you more. And I think especially at the youth levels where it's not about winning, it's about development. I think it's that much more important.